Thanks, Andrew. Click a button, open your data. Now, another way that we can acquire the data that we need is through vendors and technology providers, many of whom are already participating in the Esri marketplace. So make sure you visit that website. Airbus Defense and Space is one of those. Now, they're a world leader in providing Earth satellite imagery based on their access to the Pleiades, Spot, and other satellite systems. Now, Esri and Airbus have teamed together to build a pretty unique and amazing application. It's an application that lets you task on demand a satellite to deliver the imagery that you need. And it also lets you browse an archive of already acquired imagery for your area of interest. Now, there's lots of applications for this: emergency response, planning, conservation, and many more. Let's take a look at how this application works. Here's the application, and we begin by typing in an area of interest. And for me, and I think most of the rest of us, our area of interest this week is San Diego. So we've located that area. Zoom in just a bit more, and I click this button to select it. What's drawn here is a 10-kilometer by 10-kilometer square box, 100 square kilometers. I did that math pretty quick. It's about 40 square miles. I've clicked a button to search, and what we're doing is we're communicating with the Airbus API, and it's querying the satellites which are circling the globe, and it will return a list of the next available satellites that will be passing over this area. And here it's returned. So I can see that the next satellite is on July 16th. It's a Pleiades satellite, and it has 50-centimeter resolution. So if I need an image right away, I have it. And I can go ahead and add that to my cart. As I scroll down, I'll see some additional options. Maybe I don't need an image right away. Maybe I can wait 30 days or wait 60 days. So that's another option here. By waiting 30 days or 60 days, I can guarantee that I will get an image that's, say, less than 10% cloud cover within those 30 days. We'll go ahead and add that to our cart. And further on down, I see a list of archived imagery. This is imagery that's been acquired previously, and as I hover over these, I can examine the footprint that it covers in my area of interest. And I can also preview this image, see what it looks like, see how good the coverage is, and then add it to my cart. My final step is to review and to submit my order. So we've interfaced with these satellites flying around the world, and we're able to do on-demand tasking. Let's take a look at a couple of examples where this might be used. Now, this is the historic Coogan Farm, which is in Stonington, Connecticut. So the Trust for Public Land partnered with a local nature center to acquire this property. And the reason is because it contains some endangered species habitat, and it also connects some open corridors. Now, part of the mission of organizations like Trust for Public Land is to monitor. They need to do stewardship. And we acquired this image from Airbus just last week, and you can see that there's a lot happening nearby. Now, of course, this is a pretty urban area, and this construction that's happening next door is perfectly fine, but we do want to keep our eye on it, and this is one great way to be able to do that. Here's another example, perhaps more of a humanitarian example. I'm sure you're all familiar with the hundreds of thousands of Iraqis that are being displaced because of the conflict there. They're fleeing their homes and seeking safe haven elsewhere, and they're forming large camps. This is an area north of Mosul, near the border. We acquired this image just a couple of days ago, and you can see how large that camp has become. So in the past, this type of imagery was often difficult to obtain, but now it's available at the click of a button. Pretty amazing. Now, along with opening data and maps, we need to unlock the potential of that data. We need to tap into the knowledge that's contained in it, apply GIS tools so that we can do a lot more with it, so that we can amplify it, so that we can make it more valuable. We also need to reach our intended audience, and that could be an audience of scientists, but more likely, it's an audience of decision makers and even the public.